lämnat Sofia.
Jajamensan.
Ska egentligen bara kursa Serbien. Men det finns inte i oss.
Nej, vi kan inte bara blåsa förbi ställen som intresserar oss. Och när vi nu har lämnat Sofia, lämnat Bulgarien, lämnat EU, så har vi kommit in i sydöstra Serbien. Och jag vet ju att här nere i sydöstra Serbien i staden Pirot, här började en gång karriären för en av de stora allsvenska profilerna det senaste årtiondet. Djurdjic är härifrån och jag pratade med honom om Pirot tidigare och han har ju berättat om en ganska extraordinär barndom med våra mått mätt. Han växte upp här under 1990-talet då först det gamla socialistiska systemet föll och ersattes av någon allmän laglöshet. Och därtill så blev även Pirot utsatta för NATO-bombningarna som sattes in i samband med Kosovo-krigen. Så mycket att hantera för en ung kille. Och det var därtill så att Djurdjic egen pappa var oppositionspolitiker här i stan. Liksom en demokratisk förkämpe ifall vi ska tro Nikola, och jag ser ingen anledning att tvivla. Och det är ju någonting som är värt beundran. Men det var någonting som ställde till det ganska mycket för familjen under den här tiden. Så det var ganska osäkert, var ganska otryggt att heta Djurdjic i Pirot på 1990-talet. Han har själv varit inne på att det liksom bromsade hans fotboll, att hans namn var mer eller mindre svartlistat. Och det är klart att när man hör den typen av historier, när man hör om hur det var för honom att som 12-åring behöva rusa ner i skyddsrummet när bombplanen närmade sig, då vill man ju ändå komma hit och se hur det såg ut, se vad känslan är numera. Och jag frågade Nikola om det fanns något ställe med speciell emotionell signifikans för honom här i stan. Och då var det ändå ingen politik, det var inga bombplan, det var ju fotbollsarenan. Så här är vi nu hemma hos Radnički Pirot. Och här ska vi väl bli kvar ett litet tag i alla fall. Vi ska inte dröja oss här i stan för vi måste vidare. Men det är klart att vi måste se vart det var allt började.
Verkligen.
Sett lite träningsplaner och här har vi då arenan.
Det var här det började?
Det var här det började. Det är ompysslat ändå. Det körs med gräsklippare och det sprinklas.
Ja. Det är ingen liksom såsig fredagmorgon.
Nej, folk är igång.
Folk är igång.
Men kan vi säga att gräset ser väl kanske mer välvårdat ut än exteriörerna. Men här trivs man ju.
Verkligen.
Undrar om vi inte ska göra det, för jag har ju snackat med Nikola Djurdjic som sagt om att vi kan väl ändå höra av oss när vi är här. Så ta plats någonstans och ringa upp honom och se hur han känner när vi berättar att det är här vi befinner oss.
Det gör vi.
Det gör vi. Hello there. How's it going?
Good.
Where are you at?
I'm in Belgrade. A little bit sick though. My throat is a bit sore, as you can hear. But yeah.
That gives you extra authority. You sound even more like a tough guy.
You know I am.
So have a look at this.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
Wow. That used to be my seat as a kid. Something right up there.
You used to sit on this spot when you went to see the team play.
Exactly somewhere up there in the middle, one of the last rows.
So tell us about this place, this stadium. What's the significance for you?
I basically started going there when I was 5 years old. And yeah, I think I spent most time of my childhood down there at the fields around that stadium training. and yeah, it was my dream as a kid to just play there one day. So for me, one of the biggest goals I achieved was to make a debut there, score my first goal there, and yeah, I just remember for me it was also intense, even though it was not top level. It was second league at the time, but still, for me it was like playing Champions League. So yeah, a lot of nice memories. I just thinking about my first goal there. I think I was 16 and a half when I made the debut in the senior. And I scored 2 goals, and yeah, just for me something that you never forget. You know, those memories, they're really strong. So the start and the times when you're still thinking if you're meant to play football or if you're supposed to do something else in your life, and then yeah, I got my answers there. Maybe I think I was 17 years old. So yeah, really good times for me.
That's the Serb second division almost 20 years ago now. What was the standard like? What was the experience like?
Well, at the times, football in my hometown in Pirot was, yeah, it was really big, so to say, because like half of the city was going to the games. There was a lot of fans. It was the club was hyped for us playing in second league, and trying to get to the top division was, yeah, something that we always wanted. But I don't know, everybody in the city was talking about football, so just me playing at 17 years old at the senior level, it was a big achievement. And then I just remember when I played that first game, I was supposed to be in school, and yeah, I was, yeah, I had to skip some classes to be at the game. And when I scored those 2 goals, I remember my teacher just called me and said, okay, it's justified. If you didn't score, you would be in big trouble. So, yeah, but as I say, it was really hyped at that time, football in my hometown. So I felt like I was, I don't know, David Beckham or something. I don't know, for me it was just different proportions at the time. I thought that's the best you can do. You're playing for your... oh, sorry.
Yeah, back.
That was alarm. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm actually really excited that you guys are there. And, you know, Pirot is not the city that people go to see so often, but for me this is really nice. And especially at these times, I haven't been spending a lot of time in Pirot lately, so it makes it even more special.
We haven't really had a chance to look around in the city. We just came to the stadium. But tell us about the city and what it was like back then when you were young, when you were growing up, because those were different times in Serbia, sometimes also difficult times, I suppose.
Yeah, it was really difficult after the war in 90s, and then after the bombing in 99, I believe it was. It was quite difficult times. So somehow sport was always the thing that kept Serbian people together. Sport was something that gave us hope, especially when it comes to national team. No matter what, if it was football, basketball, volleyball, I don't even know. We had so many successes, even though we are a small country. So always sports in Serbia was something that would make people a little bit go away from the reality and have something else in their lives. So through my childhood, I just remember that this is one thing that was the light at the end, at the end of the tunnel. So when I was leaving Pirot, I think it was 2005. Yeah, I remember that I was really heartbroken because I had so much memories down there in Pirot, and I'm actually really grateful that I spent 17, 18 years of my life there, because being in Belgrade, growing up in Belgrade when you're 12, 13, 14, I think would be really dangerous for me. I don't think I would actually go through playing with football if I was in Belgrade, because there is so many vices and so many things to take you away from sports. So I'm grateful that I was in Pirot, and that my parents didn't let me go to Belgrade when I was really young.
Still, we talked before, and I remember when I interviewed you once that I didn't realize before that your father was a politician, and being a politician in Serbia in the 90s wasn't always a safe thing to be doing. What was that like for you, having that sort of dimension of your life here in Pirot as a young kid?
Yeah, it was actually those times the media were totally different, so to make a breakthrough from, especially from a small city, you needed first thing to have a lot of success, and then to be, of course, properly taken out in the newspaper. That was the only way that somebody could hear about you when it comes to national team, under 20, even at the time under 19, under 21. And because of my father and me, of course, having his last name, I remember as a kid, whenever I would score goals, be man of the match or whatever, and the next day I was so excited to look up the newspaper, but they never spelled my last name right. It was always something wrong with my last name. It was either, instead of Djurdjic, it was either Djurovic, Djokovic, Djurdjic, but never Djurdjic. And I was so frustrated, and I didn't understand why is that happening. But yeah, then with the time I realized that because of my father, nobody wanted to actually promote my last name or to talk about me, or I had to fight my own battle there. So it was really hard for me to get some attention, because nobody actually knew about me outside Pirot. So yeah, being politician in Serbia at those times was ungrateful, especially if you were the opposition from the government, and yeah, my father was, so yeah.
What's it like now? If I go around Pirot, go around the club and say, hey, I just spoke to Nikola Djurdjic, will they remember you as a hero? Will it still be complicated because of the last name?
Older generations will. But I don't know how the youngers right now, because it hasn't been great lately in Pirot when it comes to football. They've been struggling a lot. But people like older generations, my generations, I hope that's not old yet, but yeah, they would for sure know about me, and I don't know how you would actually go with how people are standing there with English, but I hope, yeah, I hope you can have luck speaking English to people in Pirot.
But I had a look and I saw that you had this guy called Stankovic, who played for Mallorca and Atletico Madrid, and maybe even go past your career, but you're number 2 from Pirot after him, I suppose.
I think so, yeah. He was actually huge. He was idol when we were kids, and actually he was my first agent. He's the guy who took me out from Pirot to Belgrade, who made my first transfer. So yeah, Jovan is a great friend of mine, and definitely number 1 in history of Pirot. He played in national team of Yugoslavia, which was definitely much harder than playing for Serbia, than playing for clubs like Mallorca, Atletico Madrid, Marseille. That was, yeah, he was our own, so to say, David Beckham from Pirot when we were younger.
But this was really your happy place when you were growing up?
Definitely. All of my best memories are there. And just remembering spending so many weekends watching the games just there where you are guys right now, and then dreaming to play one day. And I remember my debut, and I think I played 10 minutes and scored those 2 goals. I know exactly in my head how it played out also. It was really strong memories. It's never gonna fade.
You say that you don't come here too often these days, but when was the last time you were here?
I was in Pirot 1 month ago.
Okay.
With my daughter. Yeah, 1 month ago.
You still have family here?
Before that, yes, my parents are there, but they also travel a lot. They are helping out my sister with their daughters. They're helping out me also here when I'm alone with my daughter. So, but before that, it's been 3.5 years that I didn't visit my hometown, and I've been in the meantime 2 years in China during the pandemic, so I didn't really even visit Serbia. But yeah, it hasn't been. Yeah, most of my friends anyway are here in Belgrade, and except my parents. Not so many friends stayed in Pirot.
Before we let you go, of course, everyone back in Sweden wondering what's happening with Nikola now. Had the injury, you're done the rehab. What's happening in the future with the football?
No, the rehab hasn't been as I expected, and yeah, I am struggling with my knee, to be honest. But I'm still trying. I'm working on it. And right now I look at the big picture and see what's going to happen next year when my contract is going to expire in November. So I'm actually having a lot of thinking in myself. What do I want to do from next year? How do I feel? And where do I see myself? So that's something to come up with by the end of the year. But we'll see. As I said, this surgery, my last injury, was my 8th operation in career, so
Cool.
I also have to slow down at that point, because most of my career I've been playing with head through the wall, you know, going 100% all through the injuries, through the pain. And now my daughter is 7 years old, and she also wants to spend more time with me, so I have to give it another perspective.
It doesn't seem like a certainty that we get to see Nikola Djurdjic on the football pitch again.
You never know. Actually, I had an interesting call 2-3 days ago from one club owner in Sweden. I think it's Division 4 or 5. His name is Torsten, and I think he's owner of a club. I'm not sure, it was a small place next to Växjö.
Okay.
In Sweden. They have a big project to come up from 4th or 5th division to I don't know, Division 1 or Superettan. And they asked me if I would be interested to play 2 or 3 games for them next year. So yeah, there is still offers, you know, even though it's 4th or 5th division.
That's another option. Radnički Pirot.
My best friend actually is all over me to come back and finish my career in Radnički Pirot. To give back to the community that raised me up, you know. That would be amazing though, but as I said, right now I think my daughter is priority, so I have to stick around her.
If you ever play here again, let us know. We will be at the exact same spot where we are now to watch you play.
Promise.
I will do. That will be amazing.
Okay, we're gonna let you go. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Take care.
making a stop in Pirot, and really, really nice. You brought back some really nice memories. I really appreciate it.
Thanks again. All the best now.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.
Det är ju när man har intervjuat honom innan, alltså då är det ju en helt annan Nikola Djurdjic som man pratar med. Och sen nu när han är liksom privat och lugn, då är det liksom något helt annat.
Är det så?
Ja.
Jag har ju nästan aldrig intervjuat honom i liksom matchsammanhang,
okej.
liksom
Nej,
när
det förklarar
adrenalinet skummar. Utan jag måste ju erkänna att jag kommer ihåg första gången jag satt längre med honom blev jag lite överraskad just över att han var så väl artikulerad och så väl formulerad och så genomtänkt och reflekterande. Men själv förklarar jag ju det mycket med att det här kanske framstår som en avlägsen plats på jorden, men hans föräldrar var ju akademiker. Mamma bibliotekarien som blev psykolog, pappan då politikern och den stridbara, intellektuella samhällsförbättraren. Så jag har alltid uppfattat honom som där liksom eftertänksamma och liksom verkligen genomtänkta fotbollsspelaren. Men det är kul med den kontrasten, det är väl just Dr. Jekyll och Mr. Hyde och allt det där.
Mixad zon och inte.
Exakt, nu blir det snart mixad zon här nere för nu ska tydligen Ratnicki Pirot ut och träna inför uppgifterna som stundar i den serbiska tredje ligan.
Väldigt glad att vi stannade till här.
Ja, vi kan ju inte göra Pirot riktigt rättvisa för vi måste snart ruscha vidare, men det är klart att man vill se, uppleva detta, höra Nikola Djurdjic historia från förr, känna att ja, cirkeln är ju på väg att slutas, kanske är karriärcirkeln faktiskt över nu, men då känns det ju ännu mer att kunna summera och eventuellt att stänga på en läktare just i Pirot. Riktiga Pirot, utsikt.
Nej men här kommer jag inte förbi.
Ja, men sopan får vi flytta eller vad då kommer du, är den där för
trångt.
Smal?
Ja,
är det så?
Ja.
Ja, då kan du backa här eller vad fan?
Nu är det en bil bakom mig.
Ja, då är det över. Ja, han tycker vi ska köra framåt. Ja, nu de viftar fram. Ja, framåt.
Jaha, okej.
Tackar.
Då...
Okej, runt så, okej.
Vadå runt så?
Ja, om vi bara kommer förbi. Ja, framåt.
Jo men vet du hur trångt det är?
Ingen tvekan säger de. Du kan fan inte svikta nu. Och så håller den här. Ja, vi har jävlar den här krater. Ett bombnedslag. Tackar.
Helvete.
Lugnt! Pirot, vad fan kan gå fel?